Hello, I hope this video finds you well. Tonight we are looking at count evens from list 2, and this is a Python solution. The problem states return the number of even ints in the given array. Note that the mod operator computes the remainder, so 5 mod 2 is 1. And we'll talk about why this is really important in a second. So forgetting about computer science, let's just take a look at this and make sure we understand. So I have a list here of a bunch of elements or a bunch of ints, and I can see that there are 3 even numbers here, 2, 2, and 4. Here I can see another list, and I have 3 even values, 2, 2, 0, remembering that 0 is in fact an even number. And here I have a list of 3 elements, and I have 0 even elements. All right, so we are just starting into list 2, which is a section inside Codingbat, and what the focus here is, lists and loops. And really, the question to ask yourself is, do I have to look at every element? So often when I frame this, when I do this question with students, I'll say something like, okay, how many even elements are here? And they'll just very quickly say 3. And I say, oh, okay, now let's imagine that there's 1,000,000 elements. How would you do that? And then sure enough, we talk about it a bit, and someone finally says, well, I'm going to have to point at each one and make a decision, and then kind of keep count. And that's essentially what's happening here, is the question, like I said here, do I have to look at every element? If the answer is yes, then a loop is your solution. Now, with Python and all languages, there's all sorts of built-in functions to count and sum and do all sorts of things, but it's really important you understand this loop structure. And the loop structure looks like this: for I in range, and we're going to start at index 0. We're going to go the length of nums, or the length of the list, whatever it's called, and we're going to increment by 1 each time. And this is your loop code. Now this structure is essential, and Python, yes, has a bunch of ways to shortcut this, this structure. There's lots of shortcuts, but I really encourage beginning students to really get this structure down pat like this. And the reason why is it translates really nicely if you go and work in Java or another language. So I'm going to do this problem in Java, and I'll talk about the comparisons between Java and Python. All right, so let's just imagine this first example here. So we have this list, and we have a length of 5, and we have indexes 0 to 4. So I'm going to have to look at each of these in sequence and say, are you even? Yes, so the count is 1. Are you even? No. Are you even? Yes, so the count is 2. Are you even? No. Are you even? Yes, so the count is 3. And we can map it out like this. So when we start a loop, I gets set to 0. We check is 0 less than 5. That's true, so we run the loop. We say is 2 even. That's true, so our count becomes 1. Then I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 5? True, so we run our loop. Is 1 even? False, so we don't do anything. I is 2. Is 2 less than 5? True, so we run our loop. Is 2 even? And that's, just to be clear, that's the element at index 2. And so we add 1 to our count. I is 3. 3 less than 5? True, so we run our loop. Is 3 even? False. I is 4. Is 4 less than 5? True, we run our loop. Is 4 even? True, we add count plus 1. Then I is 5. Is 5 less than 5? False, and we exit the loop. Now as I do this, I realize I should clarify something here. In many cases, the index is in the value matches. What we're doing is we're using the index to inspect the value at that index. And that's why, for the solution, this is how we do it. We start off by setting a count to 0, because right now I have 0 even values. And I'm going to say for I in range, 0, length of nums, and we're going to increment by 1. And now, how do I check if a number is even or odd? And that's where we come back to this mod operator. We know that all even numbers are divisible by 2. So what I can do here is I can say if nums at I, mod 2 is equivalent to 0. So what I'm saying here is basically if we take nums at I and we divide it by 2, is there no remainder? And if that's the case, it's even. So we say count equals count plus 1. And now when I've done the loop, that is, I've looked at every element, I can return count. And there you go. I can't stress this enough. Getting to understand this loop structure with lists and strings is so important as you head off to tackle more complicated problems. I hope this video helped. Have a wonderful day, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.